in the vast expanse of the Divine Dao, where power is forged through blood, will, and the unyielding pursuit of immortality, the winds of fate stir once more. Our journey returns in Alchemy Emperor of the Divine Dao Chapter 1419, Chapter 1420, where tensions coil like a hidden serpent beneath calm waters. Ling Han stands at the crossroads of destiny, his strength ever growing, yet shadowed by forces that lurk beyond mortal comprehension. Allies waver, enemies scheme, and the delicate balance between realms threatens to shatter. In the previous chapter, secrets edged closer to the surface, and the price of power revealed its cruel weight. Now, as the next chapter unfolds, the path ahead grows more treacherous, where a single misstep could spell ruin, and a single breakthrough could shake the heavens themselves. What trials await? What hidden hands move in the dark? And how far will Ling Han go to carve his name into eternity? Let the tale begin. Even Ling Han, steel-willed and fearless, felt a flicker of unease as his fingers gripped the seemingly ordinary wooden sword. What demon master might yet awaken from this simple blade, he could not know. But there was no time for hesitation. Heaven stretched endlessly. Earth spread boundlessly. Yet nothing surpassed the urgency that burned within him, the safety of his beloved wife. With a roar that split the air, he surged forward. "Charge!" he bellowed, the star-plucking step coursing through his legs, lightning dancing across his movements. His sword technique sang with the swiftness of storms, each strike a blur. The wooden sword, as though alive with latent malevolence, tore through flesh and bone with an almost mechanical precision. Crimson spray painted the battlefield as if the very world had been cleaved by his wrath. Around him, the mightiest of warriors, 19 elites perched at the high extreme of the heavenly body tier, struggled against his unstoppable onslaught. Yet no hand, no blade, no spell could halt him. 11 of these formidable elites fell within hours, their cries swallowed by the whirlwind of destruction. History itself would tremble at this carnage, for no battle in the chronicles of the joint peace planet in a billion years had witnessed such bloodshed. The remaining 7, titans, at the consummate level of the heavenly body tier, found their power stifled under the influence of 2 bound stars. Ling Han struck with blinding swiftness, unpredictable as lightning itself, leaving his adversaries grasping at shadows. To anticipate his attack was impossible. By the time one noticed the strike, the deed was done, leaving victims to their own devices. Could even these elites still challenge his might? No, they were swept aside like leaves in a storm. The Eternity Sky Emperor and Jade Drop Emperor's faces darkened with dread. Only they, it seemed, might contain his ferocity. The Jade Drop Emperor's command sliced through the tension. "Attack that mountain!" And suddenly, clarity shone for Ling Han's opponents. The wooden mountain, untouched and unyielding, revealed his chosen path. He had faced the emperors directly, endured injuries, and spared the mountain, his hidden weak point, until now. With this revelation, all elites converged upon the stone mountain, unleashing a torrent of martial force. Ling Han's killing intent blazed hotter, fanned by the demonic sword he wielded. His eyes turned crimson, hair a tempest above his head, garments shredded under the force of his aura, revealing muscles carved as if from stone. Essence once refined from demon masters now surged within him, veins etched with black, pulsating runes. A dark, unholy aura suffused his being, the transformation of a mortal into a demon manifesting before all eyes. "Netherworld being," whispered the assembled elites. Though no passage to the dual realms existed here, the shadow of the Netherworld pressed upon their awareness. Even in peaceful lands, legends of such powers could not be ignored. "This youth, he is transforming into a demon," another voice cried. "Kill him. All are responsible for eradicating the sinister demons of the Netherworld." Some observed with grim satisfaction. Once he becomes a demon, heaven and earth may reject him. His powers of regulation will be stripped. Perhaps then he will fall below even mid-tier heavenly body elites. Their delight at this seeming self-sabotage was palpable. Ling Han, undaunted, laughed, a roar of pure ferocity. "So what if I become a demon?" Demonic patterns engulfed his face, the shadows of his eyes burning with malevolent light. His aura eclipsed the might of ordinary heavenly body tier elites, a storm of power that mirrored the fabled notionless saint. Though potent in appearance, a careful observer could sense the fragility beneath. "You dare touch my wife?" His voice thundered across the battlefield. "Even if I am a demon of death, I will rise from the abyss to slaughter you all." Then the wooden sword awakened. Flames erupted, not mere fire, but black, devouring flames of death. With each slash, waves of infernal fire swept the battlefield. Even an elite at the low extreme of the heavenly body tier, observing from afar, could not evade them. Attempting to extinguish the encroaching flame, he recoiled in horror. The black fire was unstoppable. His very life force, the essence of his years, ignited within him. Lifespans shortened to fragile threads. 10 millennia could be reduced to centuries, decades, or mere days. Terror rippled through the onlookers. One by one, elites tried to aid their comrades, only to find themselves engulfed in self-combustion. The flames spread like a plague, uncontainable and merciless. Pleading eyes turned to the Eternity Sky Emperor. With a mighty gesture, he unleashed power that pressed upon the deathly flames but could not quench them. His expression betrayed unease. To resist such fire required constant vigilance, leaving no respite. Ling Han's new technique had indeed shifted the battlefield. "Brother Chang, we must eliminate that brat first," urged the Jade Drop Emperor, eyes steeled with grim resolve. Ling Han's threat eclipsed even the seasoned Eternity Sky Emperor. "Agreed," came the nod, a pact forged in the heat of imminent combat. The two emperors surged forward, wielding power worthy of sovereigns. Ling Han, unyielding, invoked the might of heaven itself. Their strength faltered beneath the divine suppression, a testament to the sheer terror of his ascendant technique. Even the combined prowess of the emperors, formidable as it was, trembled at his display. Ling Han's potential to overwhelm those of equal cultivation caused a shiver to run through their spines. No longer restraining themselves, the emperors unleashed their utmost. Their techniques, one of fire, one of water, fused into a monstrous pillar, a cataclysmic torrent aimed at Ling Han's chest. Behind him, the stone door trembled, threatened by the force of their united might. Teeth gritted, Ling Han channeled every ounce of power through the indestructible heaven scroll, forming a bulwark strong enough to resist even a strike from an eternal river tier elite. The impact shook him to his core, the clash of fire and water, the very regulations of heaven and earth pressing upon him. And yet, Ling Han endured, crossing his arms to shield his chest as the cataclysm struck, a moment of calm in the storm. The boy, the demon, the rising force of legend remained unbroken, a singular eye of unyielding fury in a whirlwind of devastation. The gathered crowd of cultivators froze, their eyes wide with disbelief. Whispers of astonishment rippled through the air like a startled wind. At first, Ling Han had faltered, grievously wounded by the strike of even a single emperor. Yet now, after enduring the relentless, combined assault of two towering sovereigns, he remained untouched, a living testament to impossible resilience. The sheer audacity of his survival left the spectators breathless, hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and awe. As the residual force of the Emperor's attack swept past him, Ling Han allowed his arms to fall by his sides, exhaustion radiating from him in waves. This level of defense was no small feat. It devoured his origin power at a pace hundreds of times faster than usual. At his present cultivation, he could only deflect 3 strikes from eternal river tier elites. Against the pinnacle of the heavenly body tier, however, he could withstand 100 such assaults with calm precision. The Jade Drop Emperor and the Eternity Sky Emperor exchanged a glance, eyes flickering with an unspoken agreement. Astonishment mingled with cold determination. They could not allow this youth to live. He must be destroyed at all costs. With the synchrony of seasoned warriors, fire and water fused into a single cataclysmic assault. Ling Han's physique was a fortress, his body a testament to years of rigorous cultivation. Normally, he could have withstood such a barrage without calling upon his origin power. Yet to summon the indestructible might of the heaven scroll at its zenith, he had no choice but to expend every ounce of his inner reserves. Boom, boom, boom. The earth quaked beneath the blows, each impact forcing him back, consuming his origin power like a raging river swallowing the mountains. The assembled onlookers held their breath. "The brat's about to run out of energy," someone muttered. Relief began to trickle through the crowd. Never before had they witnessed an elite at the medium extreme of the heavenly body tier prove so devilishly resilient. Ling Han's resolve to guard the stone door had kept him alive this long. Without it, escape might have been possible. his enemies feared. Die! The emperors roared, unleashing their final inexorable assault. The heavens seemed to split as their combined might struck Ling Han, whose origin power had been completely spent. He could rely only on the indomitable strength of his body, and even that was no shield against the overwhelming force. His godly bones cracked, his divine sense shattered into fragments. A murmur of triumph arose among the elites. Ling Han appeared finished. The weakness of Empress Luanxing had sealed his fate. "He's dead as can be," they whispered, eyes glinting with deadly satisfaction. Yet in that moment, a faint spark shimmered amid the devastation of his broken divine sense. In a heartbeat, it exploded into a searing orb of crimson and gold flame, roaring with the cries of immortal phoenixes. Even the Jade Drop Emperor and Eternity Sky Emperor staggered back, their faces drained of color. This was no ordinary conflagration. These flames were the reincarnated immortal fires of the phoenix itself, capable of reducing any living thing to ash in an instant. The orb expanded, twisting with unearthly energy. Ling Han's body emerged from the heart of the immortal fire, unscathed, radiant with renewed vitality. He stood tall, every fiber of his being brimming with energy, as if the devastation of moments ago had been but a distant dream. Shock swept across the crowd. "Both your body and mind destroyed, yet you rise? Are you still human?" Disbelief turned to awe. Ling Han had defied death itself, his previous demonification cleansed by the flames. The impossible had become reality. The elites trembled, a chilling doubt creeping into their hearts. Could this youth truly be invincible? A hearty laugh echoed through the tension-choked air. A slightly hunched figure appeared, 4 heavenly bodies orbiting him with silent power. The peak stage of the consummate heavenly body tier radiated from Shu Ran, his form marked by chains etched into his flesh. Not physical, but spiritual bindings of indomitable force. Ling Han's heart leapt. "Senior, you finally arrived," he exclaimed. Shu Ran's arrival marked the arrival of a formidable ally, one capable of turning the tide. Shu Ran's eyes held a gleam of restrained power. Though his cultivation was sealed, he had made the arduous choice to intervene. Ling Han's morale soared, as did the spirits of those who had yet to fall under the Emperor's shadow. The elites from the Twin Empires faltered, sensing the overwhelming power of consummate tier presence beside the resilient youth. Resistance seemed increasingly futile. Yet the Eternity Sky Emperor's arrogance remained unshaken. "There's nothing to fear. His cultivation has been sealed. He is but a wretched shell," he declared, eyeing Ling Han with scorn. The Jade Drop Emperor nodded in agreement. "Heaven and earth are just, not even saints escape death," the Eternity Sky Emperor proclaimed, pointing at Ling Han with the authority of doom. "I refuse to believe you can rise from the dead yet again." Ling Han's lips curled in disdain. "You can try if you wish," he murmured, his thoughts momentarily drifting to his wife. "Until when will you cultivate? I can't hold on much longer." He lamented silently. The Emperor's decree of death thundered through the heavens. "You shall perish today!" The Eternity Sky Emperor's voice rumbled, an imperial command carved into the very air. But before it could strike its full terror, a new presence descended, a cold, domineering voice that pierced the very soul. Boom! A figure materialized from the sky, a shockwave radiating outward, toppling numerous heavenly body tier elites who could not rise. Ling Han's eyes widened with recognition and joy. "Second brother," he cried. The Rain Emperor had arrived. His aura surged with the consummate power of the early heavenly body tier, suffused with unyielding confidence. Ling Han's heart leapt. He had speculated for so long about his brother's fate, the mysterious disappearance into the Yellow Spring mystery realm, the rumored inheritance of an eternal river tier elite. Now the reunion was real, tangible, and brimming with hope. Laughter rang through the air as the brothers exchanged greetings. The Rain Emperor's presence only deepened the despair of their enemies, now faced with 2 consummate tier warriors beside a seemingly indestructible youth. Ling Han's spirit blazed with renewed vigor, his heart swelling with camaraderie and courage. "You want to die? Then face me!" The Rain Emperor's roar rolled like thunder across the battlefield, a challenge that demanded attention. The Twin Emperors, once so commanding, now stood hesitant, their arrogance shaken. Against such unyielding might, could they truly hope to triumph? The stage was set for a battle that would echo through the annals of martial legend. a confrontation of immortal flames, indomitable will, and the raw power of the heavenly body Tyr. And so, beneath the endless sky, the clash of destiny began anew, as heroes and sovereigns alike prepared to carve their names into the tapestry of the martial world.